So I'll be using these two foundations, the Jedris foundation and the V Beauty foundation, and I'll be mixing the two to get the shade that I want. As a makeup artist, right, you need to know how to mix products. You cannot buy products for everybody, so you need to know how to buy the little you can buy and mix it to get what you want. There are so many people out there with different skin colors and skin tones, and if you want to buy products for everybody, you're going to spend all your money buying products. So you need to know how to mix products. In the foundation, I'm going to be using this Kiss Beauty spray on her face, so I'll just spray the face with the Kiss Beauty spray before I blend the foundation, and this is going to help further hydrate the face, and it's going to make it easy for me to blend the foundation, and it's also going to help the skin hold the foundation better. The foundation with my beauty sponge from GLAM Cosmetics, and I'm just using it to gently tap on the face. Please, I'm gently tapping, I'm not swiping, I'm tapping. So when you're blending, always tap, do not swipe. And I know you're looking at the foundation and thinking that it's too light and it doesn't match the face. Well, I'm not matching it with the face, I'm matching the foundation with the chest area. Okay, when I started doing makeup, I used to match with the face. I'll take a product and I swipe on the face and I'll be like, wow, perfect skin match. But after doing the makeup, the face will be looking very dark. So I started matching with the chest area, and since then my makeup has been, I don't have any problem. So I match it with the chest. That's because most people out here that their faces are darker than their chest, or their faces are darker than their body. So if you match with their face, the makeup is going to be dark. Also, there are some people whose faces are lighter than their body. So if you match with a face that is light, the makeup too will be light. But if you make it in a way that the face is going to blend with the whole body, it's going to be perfect. I'm sure you can see how the face looks now, right? And always make sure you blend your foundation well. After blending your foundation, you can then go ahead and contour the face. I'm using this concealer by Blossom Makeup to contour the face. Sorry, this side is not too visible, but when I turn to the other side, you're going to see the exact places that I'm placing the concealer. And that's the beginning of the ear right here, the side of the eye, but close to the hairline, and the two sides of the forehead. Those are the places that I'm placing the concealer, and I'm not putting much, just small, 2 swipes each, 2 swipes. Placing, I'm going to blend. Take note of how I'm blending it. It is very important. I'm blending it upward and connecting it with the other ones up. Okay, you don't want to blend your contour down. You're supposed to be blending it upward, because when you blend it upward, it's going to be giving you that lifted face. It's going to make the face to look kind of long, because that's the kind of face that everybody is going for, or that everyone goes for when they're doing makeup. They call it the oval face shape. So there are so many things about makeup, but we cannot cover all in this class. There are so many, like the face shapes and many more. So the oval face is the face that people try to mimic when they are doing makeup, because people consider it like the perfect face shape. So when you are blending, you should be blending it up and taking it up and connecting it with the other ones up. Okay, so that's how they blend the contour. After blending the concealer, the contour, I will then go in with my blush, and I'm using this color from this my lip palette, and I'll just be applying a very small amount of it. Please, it is better to apply small and you add. Apply small and add if need be, than to apply too much. If you apply too much, there's no going back, or it's going to be difficult for you to fix it, especially if you're still a beginner. If you're still learning, it's going to be very difficult for you to fix. So always be very careful with blush. And I'm using this lip palette. You can always use a lip palette, but do not use a matte lipstick. This type of lipstick that dries off like that, don't use it. You can use a lip palette. And I'm taking this shade from I'm using this shade from the lip palette, and I'm just going to apply it on just above the contour. I'm not taking it where I apply the contour. It has to be above, on top of the cheekbone, above the area that I place a contour, and I'll blend it, and I'll also blend it upward. This is that one product that I cannot overemphasize the importance. It's very important. It gives a kind of natural glow to the face, especially the cream blush. I mean this blush that you applied after contour. Okay, always apply your cream blush. It is better to apply cream blush and you do not apply powder than to skip this cream blush stage and you go and apply powder blush. The powder blush is still blush, but it does not give you that kind of natural glow that the liquid blush gives or the cream blush gives. After blending your blush, you can then go on and highlight the face. And for highlighting, I'll be using this liquid concealer from Blossom Makeup, this light concealer. And I'm just going to apply it under the eyes, that's on the two sides, on the chin, on the forehead, and at the bridge of the nose. And then when I apply it, I'll then go ahead and blend. I'm going to start by blending under the eyes, and I'll be using the clean side of my beauty blender to blend it. Please, there's one thing I did not tell you guys. I forgot to tell you. When blending, right? Once you use a side of your beauty sponge to blend the foundation, you're not supposed to use the same side to blend the concealer or to blend the contour. So always make sure you turn the side, or you can use a different beauty blender. And as you can see, I'm not taking it towards the blush. I'm not overtaking it towards the blush. I'm trying to maintain it just in the front part of the face and make sure it is smooth and nicely blended. So after blending under the eyes, I'll go ahead and blend the chin. And while blending the chin, I'm trying to connect it with the other parts of the face that I already blended. Like, I'm trying to connect the chin with the under eyes. There's one thing I would like you to know about makeup. When blending, always try to connect things or you make it fade out. For example, we're trying to connect the chin with the under eye area, and when I blend the forehead, I'm going to fade it out and show you what I mean. So after blending the chin, I'm now blending the forehead. And while blending the forehead, I don't want to spread the concealer all over the forehead. I want the concealer to remain just at the center of the forehead and not go right into the hairline or ruin the contour that I earlier did there. So I'm going to leave it here and blend it out. I'm going to leave it like this and blend out the hash line. And to blend out the hash line, you can either use the clean side of your beauty blender, or you use the side that you used to blend the contour earlier. Since it's the concealer and the contour, that's the highlighting and the contour that are meeting in that place. So you can also use the contour, the side that you used to contour the face, or the side that you used to blend your contour, to blend out the hash line. And you blend the hash line by tapping on the line, by gently tapping on the line. When you tap on the line, it's going to fade out the line, or it's going to erase that line and give you like a transition into the other color, so you don't see where the contour is starting, or where the concealer or where the highlighter is starting. After blending, I noticed that the under eye was not as bright as I wanted it to be, so I went ahead and added a lighter concealer just directly under the eyes, on the sides of the nose, just beside the nose, and I blended it. I tried to maintain it just in that area. Okay, and now I'm okay with how it looks. So I'll just go ahead and set the face. For setting, I'll be using this translucent setting powder by RCMA. So I'll take a clean beauty sponge and use it to take some of the setting powder and hold. I'll not just go straight into applying it. I'll first of all use the beauty sponge I used to blend the concealer, to blend the under eyes again before I set it. That's just to make sure that you're setting a very smooth face. And you have to do the same thing for all the areas that you apply the concealer. So you have to first of all blend it and you set, you blend and you set, you blend and you set. Then for the other parts of the face, you don't really need to blend it. So for the other parts of the face, I'll just use this fluffy brush and the powder from my powder palette to set it. And that's it for setting. And while I'm using this powder palette, I'm not making it to touch the areas I set with the setting powder. I'm just setting by the areas I did not set with the setting powder, with this powder palette. So right now I'll be baking the face, but before baking the face, I'm going to contour the nose with this dark powder from my powder palette before I go ahead to bake the face. This is because when you bake the face, like, baking is going to kind of help with your nose contour. It's going to kind of chisel the nose contour. It's going to kind of make the nose to be more defined. So you want to first of all contour the face, the nose, so that you use the baking to adjust or to correct anything you're doing, or you use the baking now to shape the nose very well. So we're going to baking the two sides of the nose, the forehead, and that's literally the T-zone. We are just going to be baking the T-zone area, those places where we apply the concealer. Yeah, but mostly the sides of the nose, those are the places that we're going to be baking. So that's it for setting and baking. And we're baking the T-zone because it's the area of the face that produces the most oil. So that's still, this baking like that is still another strategy to help absorb oil